So the Last Dance aired Sunday, and now it's a whole bunch of talk about LeBron and Mike. Do you even feel like there's a comparison?
Yeah, there's definitely a comparison. LeBron's a great player, man. MJ's a great player. Now the difference is what a guy has inside of him, his motor. Michael Jordan's motor is a lot more powerful than LeBron's is. And that translates with the players of yesteryear as opposed to the players of now. And I think it's because we're in a society, man, where people are privileged, man. And we weren't privileged. Guys before came up hard. Things were tougher. So that, in essence, made a tougher ball player.
If you had to choose a top five, who would your top five be?
You talking about of all time NBA?
Of all time NBA.
Well, let's do it like this. I never saw Wilt and all those guys, so I'm going to tell you who I saw with my own eyes.
Yeah.
Jordan and Magic at guard. Bird. And Bernard King at forward. Kareem at center. Bernard King, one of the most underrated players ever. Bernard King sort of did things the way Lou and Earl Monroe did in the Baker League. I don't know if you've ever watched Bernard King or heard stories, but
I've heard
Bernard
stories.
King was the truth, man.
Who would you equate Bernard King to that's playing now?
I can't really say, man. Bernard King had the heart of a lion, and that's the difference between the players now and the players of yesteryear. These guys' hearts were bigger, man, than the guys are now, man.
You feel like that has to do with contracts and kids being pampered early?
Yeah, definitely. Privilege. Guys before played for the love of the game. Guys now play for money, man.
Speaking of money, man, they showed Scottie Pippen's contract.
Yeah. It's crazy, right?
I guess I was too young. Scottie Pippen was making less than Luke Longley?
Yeah. He was the 122nd highest paid player in the league.
What do you attribute him making such a bad business decision like that?
Well, he explained it. He said that they were offering him a certain amount of money for a certain amount of years. Now, what happens is the shorter your contract is, the earlier you can negotiate. The longer your contract is, you have to wait a longer time to negotiate. So he signed that deal, and maybe for that year, that was a good deal. But he signed a 7-year deal. So what was good now and 7 years is a long time.
Yeah, I think the way they explained it is that the revenue went up, and then it made that contract obsolete.
Yeah.
Now, do you feel as though that players now are more business savvy than the players of back
I don't know
in the
if they're more business savvy or the representation is more business savvy.
Okay. Do you feel like guys like LeBron, Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, Giannis would have been as effective in yesterday's game?
Yeah, man, a good player. A good player is a good player. Doesn't matter what era you put him in. If he can play, he can play. But heart separates.